Good evening, everybody. This is the Ragman Elvin Ames, and I'm here to discuss the big news. Zillow, Godzilla himself, just gobbled up Showtime. What does this mean for real estate agents? I'm telling you, Zillow is coming for real estate agents lunch. So, Timmy, go ahead. Tell me about the
Hi,
story. What's
Alvin.
going on? Hey,
Uh,
hey,
le-
Craig, is that Chris? Chris is on with us. And Big Tim.
Hello.
So, Timmy, so what's going on with Zillow?
All right, let's see what ZDNet says. So it says Zillow by ShowingTime, makers of a home tour scheduling platform for 500 million.
Holy crap. So, look, realtors have been worried about Zillow for a long time. And basically, look, here's the situation with Zillow. Zillow was a marketing company, right? That's what they told real estate agents. We will help you, market your properties. We're going to help real estate agents. We're the champion of real estate agents. Well, guess what? They're not. They're your enemy. And what they just did was another boss move. They bought Bridge API. If you don't know, Bridge API collects all the APIs for all the real estate MLSs, right? So they got that. Then they got Dotloop, which handles all the transactions. So now they got all your paperwork, they got all your transactions, they got all your customers' information. Now they went ahead and snatched up ShowingTime. Okay, ShowingTime. You know what ShowingTime does? Showtime, which I'm a customer of, by the way, schedules all, especially the Northeast, all of the showings for agents, right? To agent. So now all they got to do is shut that off or dial it down. So, Chris, what are your thoughts on this boss move that Zillow just pulled?
Well, for sure, it mutated to a Godzilla. I can say that. And the
But does it
you
worth
know,
500 million? What do you think, Alvin?
I think showing time is worth the money.
yeah. I mean, you buy it for that price, and as they use it, they will make it worth more, maybe, right?
And also, too, look what they did this year. The beginning of this year, they opened something. They told brokers, we would never open a brokerage. We would never open a brokerage. Well, guess what they did? They opened a brokerage. Now you got Zillow brokerage. So check it out, right? Check the moves that the Zillow's making. First, Zillow, they purchased, right? They went ahead and they purchased Bridge API. Then they purchased Dotloop. Now they purchased ShowingTime, right? A few years ago, they started the iBuyer, where now they were buying
What's the
houses.
type buyer?
Well, basically, the iBuyer means that instead of a normal real estate transaction is between a buyer and a seller. So, right, and usually there's a real estate agent in between or two real estate agents in between negotiating for both sides. So what Zillow did was they cut out the buyer and they cut out the agent. And they went straight to the seller and said, okay, we'll pay cash for your house. And they were losing money on this deal. I heard they were losing something like, $6,000 or something to that effect on every single real estate transaction. But what it did was it allowed them to learn the business, and it cut out the agent and it cut out the buyer. So not only were they working against the agents that are paying them to
Yeah,
advertise,
they cut out the agents and the agents are paying them monthly,
yeah,
right?
the agents are funding their own demise. And me being a broker myself, look, I committed a crime too. I purchased some leads from Zillow back in the day. So I regret giving them a few $100s, right? Because now look at the competition that they're bringing to the table. So that's why a few years ago, well, we changed up the business model we had to be more of an on-demand real estate platform, and we started working on an app called the Smart App. By the way, download the Smart App, go to Apple or the Google store, type in Smart Realty, and look for the gear logo. It'll pop right up, okay? Or if you look at the thumbnail, you can see right there. Just take your phone and scan the QR code and download the app. Anyway, back to the topic. So, oh, by the way, with the Smart app, you go directly to call the listing agent. It's unlike Zillow and Trulia. There is no middleman. There's no person that you're going to call that doesn't know anything about the property. All the properties are real time. It covers all 50 states, and you can get a hold of the listing agent directly. So that is the competitor to Zillow. That's the Smart app. Download it. Look for Smart Realty in the Google or Apple store and go get it. Anyway, back to the topic. So Killer Zillow went ahead and made some boss moves that real estate agents are going to regret. So look, they know what they're doing. The founder of Zillow, right? The founder of Zillow, I don't have his name in front of me, Richard Burton, I think. Richard Burton. The founder of Zillow is the same guy that started Expedia. And Expedia put the travel agents out of business. So what do you think he got planned for the real estate agents? Go ahead and chime in there, Chris. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I just checked it. It's Rich Burton, the founder of Zillow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any
The company
news
was founded in 2006, and it was created by Rich Burton and Lloyd Frink.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing about it, they've never made a profit. They've never made a profit. Right? 16 years. So you know what they're saying? We got to make a profit, guys. So if we got to kill our own customers, which are real estate agents, so be it. You know, Godzilla is ready to chomp up who they got to. You know?
Well, considering what they did with Expedia, can they make it with together with ShowingTime and the other companies?
So here's what, look, we're a tech company, right? We're a real estate technology company, right? Smart. We're smart. And we were born from Smart Realty. So we know about disruptive, technology, and how as a startup, we know that, you want to disrupt the industry. But Zillow's well on their way. The problem with Zillow is that Zillow lied to the customer, which is the real estate agent. They told the real estate agent, we would never infringe on your territory. But that's exactly what they did. They lied to them. Every step of the way, it was a lie. Nothing but a stinking lie, right? So, what's amazing is that real estate agents are paying these people like fools. Why would you pay somebody to put you out of business, right? Rich Burton got to be sitting back, laughing his ass off. Look at these suckers. I'm about to eat their lunch, right? And they're paying this man like a fool. So if you're paying Zillow, you're a fool to your face.
Yeah, it says also in the inman, like agents fear Zillow ShowingTime acquisition, worry about their data. After Zillow announced its acquisitions of ShowingTime for $500 million on Wednesday, real estate agents expressed concerns about the portal's growing reach and the fate of their data.
Wow. Amazing. Hey, this is all I got to say. You got to worry about a little bit more than your data. You got to worry about a lot more than your data. Anyway, what else we got? Any more stories?
All right, let's see what else we have. Notorious Rob says, how bizarre Zillow ShowingTime and paranoid realtors.
Yeah, well, they should have been. Look, don't get it wrong, right? The Ragman, I started in the business as a real estate agent. In fact, I was a loan officer first, then I became a real estate agent, right? And then from being a real estate agent, I started flipping houses, and that's the whole WeBuyRaggadyHouses.com concept. So redevelopers, right, came out of the real estate industry and being a broker. So I love realtors. I'm a realtor. I'm now a broker. I have realtors at work. with the Smart Realty company, and of course, but now we're more sort of tech company, and of course, Timmy and Chris, you guys are on the tech side, right? So look, we know that the market's going to be disrupted, right? We know the real estate industry is going to be disrupted. But realtors didn't think it was going to be Zillow, right? They thought Zillow was their friend, but that proved to be a fool's error, right? Because look at the move Zillow's making.
Yeah. And you also mentioned that you used their data before, right?
Yeah, so you remember, Timmy, we bought some of their zip codes, and they were, and Chris, we were paying almost like $500 a zip code.
Yeah, it was 500 for a zip code. Yeah, I remember.
$500. So, and there's thousands of zip codes in the US. So these guys were killing it. And they had like 4 or 5 agents on the zip code, right? So just do the math on that, right? I think it's like over 3,000 zip codes in the US, right?
Yeah, and we really didn't like get any valuable data from them, right?
All the leads were horrible.
Yeah.
All the buyer leads were horrible, right? Just absolutely horrible. The only good thing, one seller lead we got, and that was an organic lead. Mm-hmm. He just happened to see our profile on Zillow, right? And he did some research. He saw that we closed a lot of transactions in the area that we work. And Newark, right? We work in Newark, New Jersey, North Jersey, and of course New York City. We have a brokerage as well. And he saw that we had a lot of deals, and he called us up and he said, "Hey, I see you guys are selling a lot of houses. I found you on Zillow. Come list my house." That was the only good lead we got. Most of the time, we were getting about 100 buyer leads, and it was people that were calling like, "I want to buy a house for $5,000." Then you would ask them, "Well, do you have money?" They're like, "No, I'm unemployed." Like those were the type of leads we were getting.
Yeah, like, they weren't actually pre-qualified, right?
They were not pre-qualified, all garbage leads. But here's the thing: Zillow got 90% of the funnel, right? Mm-hmm. 90%. Now, look, Chris, you're an e-commerce guy, right? Like how if you got 90% of the funnel, what does that mean for a marketing perspective?
Well, I can't imagine because I don't have 90%. So, well, I mean, it's a monopoly, right? It's like you're in charge. You're like you can do whatever you want. Just buy up everyone.
Yeah, and talk about buying up. That iBuyer, wow.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, if they get all that data, that's it.
And also, a lot of people are using Zillow because of the Zestimate that they have, but I wouldn't say that the accuracy is like very good.
Yeah, it's still not accurate. In fact, we use it as a reference, right? So they call it they have a word they call it real estate porn. So in other words, people they'll go log on to see what the value of their house is, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what Zillow calls it, real estate porn. They're trying to become the Amazon of real estate, and I can't blame them. Look, the guy's an ambitious guy, right? But the funny thing is that there's 1.8 million real estate agents in the U.S., right? And these agents willfully gave over all of their information to Godzilla, and Godzilla is going to put 1.8 million agents out of business. Now, I go to different chat rooms. In fact, I'm actually on, if you have an iPhone, I am on the Clubhouse, right? So look up the Ragman. And, or Ragman on Clubhouse. And when I'm on there, I go in some of the groups, and I hear the agents saying stuff like, well, it's okay. You just got to provide better customer service. Give me a break. Like, dude, you never heard about what Amazon did to the retailers? Like, what are you, nuts? Customer service? Listen, it's about efficiency. It's about, can you get me that sale right away? Can you get it to me cheaper? We use ETC, right? Save effort, save time, and save cost. And you save the
Right.
customer effort, right? Making it easy, push a button, buy a house. Can you save them time, right? 73 days is the average closing. Can you shorten that time? And can you make it cheaper? 6% commission is the average commission. Can you make it 2%? This is the thing that real estate agents don't understand. It doesn't matter how much your customers love you, right? If they can
Right.
find it better, cheaper, and faster, they're going to go for that. It doesn't matter how good you are or how good you talk, right? I mean, maybe the niche agents doing short sales or something like that may get away for a bit, but eventually, Zillow will figure out short sales and they'll go ahead and do short sales, right? And create a short sales system. So what agents don't understand is you need to be worried. You need to be terrified that Zillow is coming for your lunch. Look at what Rich did to look, his company, Expedia, single-handedly put the travel agents out of business. Right? That was a multi-billion-dollar business. And he single-handedly put them out of business. Of course he's gonna eat their lunch. What else you got? Any more news?
Okay, let's see the last one. What we selected. So, what does the showing time acquisition mean for Zillow?
All right, Chris, I'll let you handle that. What do you think?
Well, Zillow with ShowingTime. Zillow gets a lot of data, and the question is, would there be the possibility for competition in the future? Because in the same way that, okay, we have Expedia, but there's plenty of other people competing, or how would it go? I don't know.
Well, what they're doing now is they're setting up moats, right? So like for us, right? The application we're building and stuff like that, we have the same strategic talks, right? With the smart app, right?
Right.
What Zillow's doing is setting up moats, right? So think of your castle, right? They got this huge castle that gets 90% of all the eyeballs that come through on a monthly basis. I think it's 170 million eyeballs a month, right? So now they're by buying Showtime, they're putting blocking. They're blocking agents. So we're gonna build a moat, right? Showtime is the best at what they do for agents meeting agents, right? All they got to do now is allow buyers to schedule directly with the seller, right? Without an agent in between. That cuts out the agent. And then eventually, Zillow's going to come to you and say, you know what? He's going to charge you 6%. List your house on Zillow for free. How you gonna compete with free? Right?
Yeah.
You can't compete
Right.
with free. Right? That's all Zillow got to do. Oh, come on. For free, baby. Can't do it. Can't do it. So, look, I'm telling you, it's almost game over for real estate agents, right? It's almost game over. Now, Chris, like how the technology side of this, right? Dealing with the UI UX design for the smart app and all the design for the smart app. Look, if they get it right, right? If they get it right, it's only a matter of time before they get engineering to build the monster behind them. And and they're so far they're making the moves behind the scenes, and this is what it looks like with a hostile takeover.
But another question is, can they really do it? Because this is it's not buying a plane ticket. This is a complex procedure of like showing the listing, which maybe you can show by virtual reality or some 3D imaging and 3D recording, basically video. But what happens next with the transactions, like the signing of contracts and so on?
Let me ask you a question.
It's a long way, no?
Let me ask you a question, Chris.
Yeah.
Right? Do you, when you gotta travel, do you catch a cab or do you catch an Uber? Or equivalent to Uber? I know you're in Cyprus.
Yeah,
Do you catch a cab or
we have the equivalent of Uber to do.
what's it called?
You could Bolt as well, yeah.
Bolt, right? All right.
BOL.
So over here we got Lyft and Uber, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I even get one of those too. I check, hey, what's the price for Uber? What's the price for Lyft? Okay, Lyft is cheaper. I go Lyft, right? You know.
Yeah.
So what will happen is they may be
the price determines.
Right. There may be a second competitor that comes up to fight them, right? That's typically what happens, right? So you'll have another competitor in the market, right? So you got Amazon, but Walmart is creeping up. Walmart is creeping up, right? So you always have a second competitor, but sometimes it's winner take all, right? Sometimes it's winner take all. And right now, 90% of the eyeballs, Zillow's winning. Listen, Zillow 90 or Zillow 9, Realtors 1, right? That's basically it. And there's a lot of Realtors on that one, hanging on to that one, right?
Yeah, right.
So, that's my thoughts on that. So what else we got?
All right, so that's all that we had.
Okay. Well, listen, guys. Thanks for hanging out Friday. For anybody that's watching, I want to say welcome you. This is our first episode. Please, let's keep this going. So if you like what you saw, I need you to like, subscribe, and share. Please share with somebody else. Share on your Facebook. Share on your Instagram. Tweet it out. Let's get it out. Get this channel out. My name's the Ragman. I'm on here with Chris and Timmy. And look, and one more thing I want you to do, go to your app store, download the Smart app, type in Smart Realty, look for the gear logo with an S in it, and that's the Smart app. Or if you're looking at the screen, you can go ahead and use your QR code up against the screen, download the app, okay, so that we can make sure that you guys have something other than Zillow, right? You want to have a different alternative to Zillow, because look, they're gonna eat your lunch, and look, you got to fight back, right? You got to fight back. So we are out there. We're building our own application, and it'll compete with Zillow eventually. So go ahead, like, subscribe, and share us. Get the word out so we can get the views up and get the subscribers up. And I want to thank you for sharing your Friday night with me. Good night.